the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4.
Here's a look at today's top stories all across the DMV.
DC Police Department are investigating after an officer shot a person on Georgia Avenue. Police say that person is now in critical condition. Our Leonard and Fleming will break down the latest details in the case.
Plus, police in Montgomery County are offering a way for residents in the area to receive money for guns. We'll tell you how local police or what they're saying about this event coming up.
And it's been a year since the rescue of 4,000 laboratory beagles in Virginia. We have an update on some of those dogs, as well as what the Humane Society is proposing to ensure that history does not repeat itself. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday. For DC News Now at 4, I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. Our top story, a man shot by an officer in the district is now in critical condition. We're told the shooting happened after police responded to multiple calls about a suspect with a gun.
And it happened in the 7400 block of Georgia Avenue. That's northwest, just before Mayor Muriel Bowser and her administration were discussing their solutions and results for tackling the problems facing the district.
Our Leonard and Fleming is joining us live from Georgia Avenue tonight.
Yeah, Leonard, what else are we learning about the circumstances surrounding the shooting?
Mark and Annalisa, well, many details are still unknown at this hour, but as the mayor and the acting police chief said, so many people in the district still use guns to solve their problems, and today's officer-related shooting is no different. Here's what we know. A 911 call was made around 10 a.m. for an unidentified man with a gun in a domestic situation inside of an apartment with officers unable to get inside the building, Acting Chief Pamela Smith says. A half an hour later, after police were unable to locate the man, officers received another 911 call that gunshots were fired related to the domestic situation. That's when officers, the acting chief says, found the person matching the description and gave verbal commands in English and in Spanish. Smith says this is yet another act of violence in the district at a time when crime is still overwhelming DC.
The suspect produced a firearm and then fired shots. An MPD officer engaged the suspect, discharging their firearm and striking the individual. Officers immediately began rendering aid, and the individual was transported to an area hospital. The suspect is currently in critical but unstable condition.
Acting Chief Smith says that this investigation is ongoing, but everything is still preliminary, and body cam footage will be released from this officer's body cam in 5 business days. Reporting from Northwest DC, Leonard and Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. And police are still searching for a suspect in a deadly shooting last night near the Columbia Heights Metro Station.
Yeah, we're told a man was shot and killed in that area, and another person was injured. Police first responded around 9:30 p.m. after hearing the shots while driving through that area. Now, some neighbors nearby also heard the sound of those gunshots.
You know, it's just 5 to 7, just bang, bang, bangs, and you know, then we all went outside just to go look, and sure enough, a few minutes later, a couple sirens were coming, and yeah, then we got on Twitter and saw what was happening, and it's pretty crazy.
Again, police found 2 men with gunshot wounds in that area. So far, no arrests have been made.
Developing now, Mayor Bowser has announced that the district will focus on enforcing curfews for young people 17 and under in 7 areas as part of a pilot program. The 7 areas that police will focus on are Chinatown, Navy Yard, U Street, Howard, Banneker, 14th Street between Otis and Spring Road Northwest, Georgia Avenue Northwest, Benning Road Southeast, and Congress Street Southeast.
We need people to know where our young people are, and that we've seen too many patterns of honestly criminal activity by juveniles in overnight hours when really they should be home or in a safe space. And so our focus is on making sure that we do what we always do, hold our young people accountable, but also provide them rehabilitative services. And what we think here is that this is an opportunity for us to connect what might be a young person in crisis and their family with the type of services and supports that we know that DWRS has.
The curfew runs from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. throughout the week and midnight to 6 a.m. on weekends. The mayor has not provided an end date for the pilot program.
All right, turning outside now on this Friday Eve. The National Cathedral looking good there and dry.
And dry indeed. Let's head over to meteorologist Damon Madsen with a look at the forecast. Damon, how does the rest of the night compare to what we just saw?
Well, looking pretty good out there. That was a good representation. Looking out toward the cathedral. You may have noticed the camera shaking a little bit, and that is what I want to lead off with here, folks. It's all about the wind in a way. Yes, definitely breezy across the area with wind speeds of 10 to 15 miles an hour, but look at where the direction these winds are coming from, out of the south, and that has helped to bump up our temperatures, bump up those humidity levels. So if anything, we are dealing with a warm and muggy evening ahead of us, but as well on those southerly winds, we could be talking about a little bit of rainfall sparking up. Now, so far this afternoon, things have been quiet. There was a shower that popped just north of Baltimore, but no one part of the DMV is really seeing any sort of significant rainfall, as that frontal boundary off to our east, it really has not been able to have much of an impact. Rainfall from this boundary has stayed off of the Atlantic coastline. We still could see a couple of spotty showers popping up along and east of I-95 for the next few hours, but it will be the end of any impact from this frontal boundary. Our attention will then turn to the west. Another stronger cold front is producing a good amount of rainfall through Michigan, Ohio, parts of the Great Lakes, and that will come near our northern counties later on tonight. So still, again, can't rule out a spotty shower into D.C. along and east of I-95 over the next few hours. The rest of us here in the DMV, though, stick with warm temperatures, plenty of humidity, and just a partly cloudy sky. But as we approach midnight and beyond, some of our northern counties near the Pennsylvania-Maryland line have the chance to see a few spotty showers, maybe even have some rumbles of thunder from that passing cold front that does move through by Friday morning. So after that front clears, well, are we talking about a very significant drop in our humidity before the weekend? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, new this afternoon in Montgomery County, Rockville City Police will offer gift cards up to $200 in exchange for weapons from people in the community.
Last year, when we did our first ever gun buyback in our partnership, we recovered over 300 firearms. It was wildly successful, more than we thought. It was so successful that we had it at the police station. We had to move it this year to Redgate Park because we backed up traffic.
The gun buyback program is scheduled for next Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Avery Road in Rockville, Maryland, and there people can turn in those guns anonymously.
Unfortunately, we are seeing an ever-increasing number of violent crimes in almost every jurisdiction surrounding Maryland, the district, and Virginia. When we remove the guns from the community, I think we can reduce the potential of people doing self-harm. And I also think we can also reduce the incidence of people doing accidental harm.
Now, that buyback is not limited to just Rockville residents. Mark?
Well, Lisa, a federal judge denied a potential settlement in the class action lawsuit against Hyundai and Kia. The lawsuit claims that 9 million vehicle models manufactured by both companies between 2011 and 2022 did not have push-button ignitions or anti-theft devices, leading to a wave of vehicle thefts across the country. The judge claimed the proposed settlement failed to provide, quote, fair and adequate relief to the vehicle owners.
All right, commuters, rejoice. At long last, the final stretch of I-95 express lanes are now set to open tonight. Yeah,
the express lanes now extend south to Fredericksburg. Haley Milon breaks down what commuters need to know and talks to folks ready for the lanes to open up.
The new express lanes span a 10-mile stretch of I-95 that is just notorious for bottlenecking. If you've commuted in Northern Virginia, there's a very good chance you've sat there just lingering and staring at taillights. Now, pricing is variable based on demand, but commuters tell me you really can't put a price tag on the convenience.
Me and my wife don't care. It's just, we say if it saves us 15 minutes of sanity, it's worth it.
Jeff Maines says he'll shell out whatever it takes to avoid miserable traffic on I-95. 6 days a week, his family shuffles from Fredericksburg to D.C.
It stinks. I mean, I go in at 6 o'clock in the morning and it's already backed up.
With the new express lanes, he'll be able to hop on the highway 10 miles closer to home. and zip on up to the district. The cost of using the lanes fluctuates with traffic volume. The lanes are owned and operated by Transurban. Spokeswoman Jacqueline Woodbridge says the additional lanes increase traffic capacity by 66%.
Roadway, just, more cars, more volume moving at that time.
She says a full trip on the lanes from Fredericksburg to Alexandria spares commuters an average of 35 minutes, and the average ride costs about $10. Even drivers who won't pay for the express lanes are excited to see traffic move a little more fluidly.
I think it'll at least help a whole group of people move that way into the express lanes. That way we're able to go in and just get to work on time.
Maine says an easier commute to and from D.C. is drawing more people to Fredericksburg.
There's more and more people moving down here. A lot of people, as you can see, the infrastructure is being built up.
The lanes open up tonight going southbound at 10 p.m. and then they'll be reversed in time for the early morning commute for folks headed north. In Stafford, Haley Mylon, DC News Now.
All right, Haley, thank you. Manassas City Police say that they're cracking down on speeding during school hours. Speed cameras are active for a 30-minute period before the start of school and at dismissal at Round Elementary and Metz Middle School. After 30 days, officers will cite drivers going over the speed limit. Violators will have to pay a fine of $100.